Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So today I have another favourites video for you, and we're kind of early with this one. How amazing is this? It's not at the end of the wrong month for a change. Wow! So first up are these two-tone lipsticks by Beyond. I don't know why they're called two-tone, because they're not. I mean they are when you first get them. There's like a little different coloured section of lipstick in the middle, but when you've used it enough times it kind of just smushes together, so it's not really two-tone for very long. But I don't care. I have not stopped wearing these, especially this corally orange one. Isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? They also smell amazing. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there is something in Korean beauty products which just has a scent that I've never smelled in any other cosmetics before. So these guys are nice and hydrating, but even though they're nice and hydrating, they're not a super thick formula. It still feels nice and light to wear on the lips. It doesn't feel heavy or like goopy or thick or anything. So the colour is pretty sheer. You have to go over the same spot a couple of times for it to kind of build up that colour, but it definitely is buildable. So because I don't have a very defined lip line naturally, I like to be able to kind of not overdraw my lips so much, but kind of define them a bit with my lipstick. And I find that a lot of hydrating lipsticks are kind of more on the sheer side, and you can't really define your lips with them. Whereas with these guys, you definitely can. I can apply it in my house, leave. I won't have to take the lipstick. I mean, I do anyway, just in case, but I don't tend to use it or like touch up my makeup throughout the day. I can go eat, do shopping, all of that stuff, and then I can get back home and the lipstick's still kind of there. There's just like a stain to my lips. They still look nice and hydrated. They don't look like shiny, but there is still lip product there. And I always say that I don't mind that a product fades, I just mind how it fades, and these fade so nicely. They fade so gracefully. These are the two I've been wearing the most. There's shade 05 and 06, just a coral and a pink. They also work really nicely together to create like a nice little ombre. But I also have, I think, a dark pink and a red maybe, and there are a couple of other shades as well which I don't have, which I'm definitely gonna get. So this next product, I wasn't sure whether I was gonna mention it or not, because I have been having a few problems with it with the hot weather and my nose like getting greasy and the makeup breaking up. But it is like the first week of July. It's very hot. I'm still wearing it. I'm kind of just trying to work it out because I do really like it and I want to be able to wear it. So this is the Beyond Alice in Blooming Snow Cushion. I have this in the shade 02, I think Natural Beige, maybe? I'm generally the lightest shade of foundation in the foundations we have over here, so maybe that helps with shade reference. So coverage wise, I'd say it's pretty light, but it's definitely buildable, but you definitely wouldn't want to build it up in areas that are super mobile. So like around here, you wouldn't want to build it up there because it's going to set in your crease lines, like your smile lines. You wouldn't want to build it up too much on your nose if your nose is somewhere that gets oily. And definitely not the forehead as well. If you're very expressive, like I raise my eyebrows a lot, I can get like really deep lines in my forehead. So you want to avoid building it up in those areas. But you can just do this and just kind of blend it out and it still looks fine. Not so much on your nose. If it's kind of mixed with oil, it's just, you don't want to be rubbing it because it's just not going to work. You can reapply straight over the top of it and that does actually fix it up. But I did mention in my last video that I apply a nose contour. So if I'm out of the house and I apply this over the top, then I just get rid of any kind of contouring I've done, and that's just not ideal for me. But what I've been doing instead is trying to control the oil. So in the mornings when I know I'm going to be wearing makeup and wearing the cushion, I'll use a charcoal soap and also like a oil controlling primer, and it's been working out so far. Like today, I did that today, and let me check, it's been a few hours. Yeah, it's actually working out much better. So might have fixed it. Maybe it was my fault for not like using a primer. For me, I think this would be a fantastic winter product. You know, when your skin gets kind of dry in the winter and it's not hot, so you're not like sweating and producing as much oils. But I'm wearing it now. I still love it. It's hot today and I'm still wearing it because I love it and I want to make it work. Don't just walk away from someone when times get hard. We'll get through it together, little cushion. So I'm gonna leave a link to a website down below where I get all of these. I'm not sponsored by this website or anything. I just know the person who runs it. Her name is Britta. She's lovely. She sends me all of her stuff. She currently stocks Beyond and Claire's, which are both cruelty-free, eco-friendly and mostly vegan brands. So they're really awesome brands to support, and they're a really nice kind of introduction into Korean beauty as well if you're just kind of starting out and don't really know where to begin because it's overwhelming and it's like an entire new world. So yeah. Also, I think I have a discount code. It might be Emma10, but it also might not because my memory is just the worst. So I'll leave that link down below. Next up are the Illamasqua sketch sticks, which are pretty new, I think. They only came out recently, right? Yeah, because I did that Illamasqua haul on my blog. I haven't seen many people speak about them, to be honest, which is weird, because I think they're really handy little products. Did I not bring the sketch stick? Emma! They're multi-use crayons, and you can use them for a bunch of stuff. You can use them for eyeliner, like wings liner or on the waterline. You can use them as eyeshadow. You can wear them as lipstick. You can just go straight from the tube, although I find that looks a little bit dry. What I've been doing instead is just applying a clear balm and then applying the stick in the center and just kind of blending that out with my finger. That looks really nice. You can also add it into other lipsticks as well to kind of get the ombre thing going. My favorite way to wear it is definitely as a blush. I've been very into my cream products recently. I'm sure you've noticed. So the second this arrived, I knew straight away. I was like, that's gonna be my new blush. And it has been. I'm not wearing it today. This is actually from the Flash color palette. It's like a rip-off of one of the Makeup Forever, Move palettes. Yeah, I just used a grease paint as my blush today because why not? Next up, I have a couple of brow products I've been using together. So first, let's talk about the Archery Volume Boost Brow Fiber Gel by Soap & Glory. If you like brow gels that really set your brows in place and make them super crusty and you can feel them at all times when you move your forehead, then this brow product is definitely for you. I used to use the Benefit Gimme Brow, and aside from the fact that this formula is a bit more watery, it really does the same kind of thing. It adds color, it adds volume, it sets your brows in place. It really does just everything I want a brow product to do. So it's not only great when I match it with the brow pencil or a brow powder or whatever, but it's also really nice by itself. Like on days where I don't really want to wear makeup, but I also want to look human, and I want a bit of something going on with my brows because my brows are very light in comparison to my hair. I can just whack this on literally in like 30 seconds and I have instant brows. And I feel just like a bit more put together. I do like this, I do highly recommend it. I'm definitely gonna repurchase it unless I get sent some like miracle product from another brand or something. Another pro for me is that this is just a drugstore product. You can just pick this up at like Boots or somewhere and then go to like a self-service machine and not have to interact with someone on like a scary fancy makeup counter like you would if you bought from Benefit. So it's definitely a pro if you don't like communicating with human beings. As for this guy, this is the Archery 2-in-1 Brow Filling Pencil and Brush. And as I'm sure you can guess, it's got a pencil on one end and a brush on the other. It's like the Anastasia Brow Wiz kind of thing. I feel like you can achieve a really nice natural look with a brow pencil that you can't quite get with a powder. So you can use the pencil side to draw in your little like brow hairs, and then you can use the brush to kind of blend that into your natural hairs and like soften the edges. What I have noticed with this is if I extend my brow tail, I find it does kind of fade quite quickly, not super quickly, within like 6 hours or so, I guess, which is generally the amount of time people wear makeup. I'm just being picky. But if you have like a dewy base or naturally quite oily kind of skin, I do think it kind of comes off quite easily because like a powder would absorb that oil and that moisture, right? Whereas a pencil isn't going to do that. So if you do prefer a dewy finish, maybe just set these areas before you apply the pencil. And maybe if it's like your first day wearing this and you're still kind of trying to work it out, just take it with you, like in your bag or whatever, just in case you lose your tails throughout the day and you want to just draw them back in. So I get a lot of compliments on my nails, which I really appreciate, thank you. But I have been getting them done in the salon, so I haven't really been able to take credit for them until now. Basically, when I was getting them done, it was very hit and miss whether I liked them or not. Sometimes the shape wasn't right, sometimes they were uneven, sometimes the gel was like lumpy and I just have to deal with that until the next time I went, or just like pull them off straight away. And I don't know, I think when you're paying for something, if it's not perfect, it feels like way more disappointing than if you'd done it yourself, right? So I loved going. It was like a nice social time with Martia. We'd go and hang out and get our nails done. But it kind of just got to a point where I was like, I just want to learn this myself now and do it myself. So I did. So I've had a little kit from MadamGlam just sat in my collection waiting to be like tested for a little while now. So it seemed like the perfect chance to just do that because I could never try it before because I was always getting them done professionally. So I was happy to actually have a chance to use them. So I'll talk about extensions another time if that is something you actually want me to speak about, maybe on my blog or something. But today I wanted to mention their gel nail polishes. I got this blue one, which is the most similar one I could find to the colour that I used to get in the salon, and then the one I'm wearing today is this like mauvey kind of colour, which I think I subconsciously matched my makeup to today actually. So the first manicure I did with these, I used the blue one and they lasted around 3 weeks, which is a really decent amount of time. I didn't have to like fix up any bits, apart from I accidentally obliterated 2 fingernails on a doorknob. Like I couldn't even find like the extension bits on the floor anywhere because it had just like smashed into so many pieces. So I fixed those up, but I didn't fix up like any of the actual nail polish. Gels are really good if you want a colour that's gonna last, that you're not gonna have to mess with. They might take a little longer to do. Okay, not a little longer, mine actually took hours. Maybe I'll get quicker, I don't know, but mine take hours to do, but I'm also very slow at everything, so. But they do last ages and I can do my crafting and things and they don't get damaged. So you have a base coat, you have your colour, and then you have your top coat. And when you're done with them, you can just soak them off in like acetone. I also think they have one-step gels as well if you can't be bothered with like the 3 layers. So these are gels, so you will need to cure them. So I just have this little one, which is as well from MadamGlam. They won't dry without one of these, so I just thought I'd mention that in case you're not familiar with gels. I don't want any of you buying these and then not being able to use them. I do have a few more products I wanted to share with you, but I know Brad needs these lights really soon to do a D&D session with on Twitch, and I want to talk about this TV show, so let's talk about Descendants of the Sun. So Descendants of the Sun is a South Korean drama. It's a romance between a soldier and a doctor. And oh god guys, the struggle is so real. It is such hard work. They work so hard for it. It's not a spoiler if you see like the promos and things, you know it's basically a drama about their romance story. But basically there is just this one quote that kind of just, I think, sets the tone for the whole thing. She says, "That's what I do, fighting to save lives. But your fights are about saving lives through the deaths of others." And if that doesn't set the tone for the struggle and just how much hard work it is, I don't know what does. You guys, it's so good. But because it is such a struggle, everything good that happens feels so rewarding. Like they'll brush fingers as they walk past each other and you'll start crying because it's the best thing to happen to you all day because they finally touched. I don't know. there are lots of little romances going on. There's not just the main romance, so you've got a lot of little relationships to get like attached to. So the first episode isn't amazing. I'd probably recommend watching 2 to get the kind of feel for the show. And it is a melodrama, but at first it doesn't really feel like that. I think around episode 3 you can tell why it's in that category. I only have a few episodes left. I think I have 2 left. I stopped watching it a couple of days ago so I can drag it out as long as I can. It's like the end of Prison Break. I haven't seen the last 3 episodes of Prison Break. Even though it's been out for like how many years? 7 years or something crazy? Probably less. But yeah, I like to draw out the endings of things because then it doesn't feel like it's ended. It feels like I'm in control of it and not them. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it, I have to. Everyone in it is ridiculously attractive. They each have their own charm. I love them like real people now, and I really think I'm gonna miss them. I know a few of you have really wanted something to watch after Good Morning Call, and I seriously recommend you just get hooked on this because I need someone to talk to about it. Also, if you have a partner that's not really into watching romance, but you maybe want to watch it with them, I think this is a good one to watch because there's so much going on that the other person would also have something to watch. So, win-win. But then that's it. That's everything I wanted to share with you today. As always, I love hearing from you guys and chatting with you guys in the comments. So let me know what you've been enjoying recently. I'll also leave my Instagram and my Twitter and everything linked down below as well. So come and chat with me on those things as well. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye.